Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Subnautica. This is episode 12, and our rocket is coming along nicely, but we've still got a couple more parts to go, I think. So, after last time, we're going to be on a bit of a plant hunt today. Let's see what we need. Where is that enzyme? We also need to make some ion power, since I didn't have the materials down at the bottom, mostly because there wasn't any silver down there. So we need eye stalk, sea crown, fungal sample, ghostweed, and bulb bush. And each of these are meant to be kind of spread around in different biomes. Now, I think I have 2 of these already.
Seek fluid intake.
And so we have the sea crown, which that one I made sure to gather while I was out and about, because there are actually not very many of these in the entire map. I think it's something like 13 of them. However, there is also one of them in the Containment Facility. Alright, so we got those 2 there. So we need ghostweed, bulb bush, and fungal sample. Oh, I have a ghostweed here as well. So, you know, the ghostweed here would have been like the blood kelp. And the sea crown is, I believe, mostly the grassy plateau area. And the eye stalk is the safe shallows, but a couple other caves as well. Basically, you're supposed to travel all around. So the other 2, the bulb bush and the fungal sample, are going to require us to go to their specific biomes on the other side of the map, which is fine. Alright, so before I head out, somewhere around here, a mesmer has just fed. So what do I need before I go? Right, I need to top up my food and such.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Okay, that gets my hunger up, but I need water now. Alright, so I grow another one of those. And I guess I'll take one of these marble melons to top me off. Alright, so we're now maxed out. Don't think I have any more water on me left over from my filtration. I could pick some more up on the way, but I don't think we'll need it. Alright, where did I park? Welcome to my inability to find my submarine whenever it's near me. Alright, so I think... what's the best way to do this? So what I could do is I could go back through the portal with the prawn, and then from there go through the portals in the Containment Facility in order to get to the various biomes. So I'm pretty sure it connects to both of the ones we need to go to. No, that's not the right way. I could also just drive the sea moth through the portal to the aquarium. However, it has some funky effects, since that does technically put us below the crush depth, but it only seems to trigger sometimes in there, since you're not actually in the ocean. So we'll head back through the portal I came through. It's another reason, too, why I meant to go to the Kush Zone, or sorry, it's not called the Kush Zone anymore, thanks to legal threats. It is the Bulb Zone, I meant to go back there because I would have needed one anyway, but the fungal sample, we can't actually grow those, so I didn't bother getting them. Alright, now let's see if I can remember where the hell this cave is that has the teleporter in it. So I'm pretty sure it connects directly off of this area, but I could be wrong. I know it is one of these cave systems, and you can jump into the center from it. I think it's that one there. Well, I'm not going to get there from this side. I actually really don't know this teleporter very well because I almost never use it. Oh, good. Can't get up this small ledge. I'm starting to lose my land legs. Spent too much time in the water. So I think there should be an entrance over here. Yep, there it is. Nope. Okay. I didn't actually go in, but I guess touching it is good enough. I didn't even notice that last time we went through here. However, I am going to need some space because I do need 2 more large, seeds. So I can't really grab too much stuff on the way. Right, I forgot that I actually left the prawn down there because I didn't want to scale the cliff with it. Oh, that's not really... Oh, shit. Yeah. Good thing that the fall damage is pretty forgiving in this. This cave system underneath this mountain is actually fairly extensive, but there doesn't seem to be that much reason to go down there. There's just more of the same materials that you find on the outside of the mountain. Lithium and magnetite and such. Alright, it's getting dark, but thankfully we won't be up here on the surface very long. Well, I guess we will once we go back through the other teleporter, but... avoiding a Reaper in the dark is never fun.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, so we just go through the teleporter down here. And of course, there is another teleporter inside the gun, but that only leads to the thermal plant. so from in here, we are actually going to have to go back up, but there is a shortcut for that, instead of trying to grapple my way out of the containment room. If I can remember where it is, there's a little kind of side area hidden away. You can see here's all the intake points.
The plant life in this area is growing outside its normal conditions. Other life forms fertilizing and pruning the vegetation may be offsetting this environmental deficit.
I believe we need to go up here. I didn't even know this was here until recently when someone else mentioned it. But this is just a shortcut back up to the facility. I'm curious where this actually leads, though. Okay, it's just up here. So that's what's up on this ledge. I thought there used to be a window there. Well, you can tell the precursors must have been pretty large based on how big these steps are. Alright, now we get to play teleporter roulette because I don't know which one leads where. So I'm just gonna have to guess which one leads to the mushroom zone. Which is a little annoying just because these things take a long time to load. So let's see where we end up. Someday when we exit this teleporter. I wonder what happens if I get out of the prawn while this is happening. No. I might have actually had to press forward there for it to stop. Let's see. Is this the Lost River? No, the Lost River one has all the roots and stuff in it. I think this might be the mushroom one. Or is this just the sparse... Nope, there we go. I was gonna say, is this just the sparse reef? Alright, so I don't actually know which mushroom zone this is. Okay, there's a fungal sample. Thankfully, it does not take up 4 spots, since it is not actually plantable. Just thinking, is there anything else we need while we're here? I think this is the one closer to the Aurora. Which, if that was the case, then the Kush zone would be nearby. Which I guess I'm just going to keep calling the Kush zone by accident. Okay, so this is the far one. So this is not near the bulb zone. Now I have to try to remember where that crack I just came out of was. So this is the one I remember, so now I don't know where the other three lead. I think one of them is the Lost River. One of them might be the dunes? Definitely don't want to come out there. Alright, let's see if this takes as long this time. I think it only takes longer because we hadn't actually been in that area of the map, so it hadn't loaded at all. So it had to load it from scratch. Oh, there's that frame rate killing dust in this one area. I don't know what it is. It seems like the only place where if you jump with the prawn, the particles just ruin your frame rate. Alright, let's see where this one leads. Another thing I have to remember to do is to actually go outside the Containment Facility and grab some crystalline sulfur because I need more of it than I have left to build the fuel tanks that we're building right now. Alright, this one doesn't look familiar. I mean, these teleporter caches kind of all look the same on the inside. Just weird photosynthetic plants that somehow grow without light. Oh, this is the exact place I need to be. That's handy. Been here for 5 seconds and there's bone sharks already trying to kill me. I think I killed that one. No, he was just displeased with being drilled. One of those giant, ancient, like, fungal colonies.
Detecting volcanic activity and several unusual electromagnetic signatures in the region.
What were the other things I wanted to do here?
Diving deeper.
I wanted to find amp eel eggs and grab these bush samples. Which reminds me, let me grab another one of these.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And I think I saw lithium deposit. What is that over there? Is that gold? Yeah. I don't really need gold. I need silver more than I need gold at this point. Oh my god, go away. He's constantly attacking me now. I'm a little short on lithium, so I'll grab some here. to do some repairs by the time we get back. They just have such a small cooldown before they can attack you again. Like, stalkers have a much bigger cooldown on aggression. Not to mention, stalkers will actually stop chasing you if you run away from them. Bone sharks will not for a while. Alright, so let's go back through the portal, and we'll go out front. Well, first we have to go to the Cyclops to craft the enzyme. But then I'll see if I can find some crystalline sulfur in the lava lakes. I assume there's some there. Okay, I already got the welder equipped, so let's give this thing a quick repair before we go into dragon territory. Because, you know, here, there actually do be dragons. There actually do be dragons. That doesn't even make sense with the saying, "Here there be dragons," is a true statement for this lava lake area. That makes more sense to say it that way. And the Cyclops should have full power after sitting here, absorbing the heat. So let's jump in here for a second.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Do I have... Well, I'm going to take these. First, we'll make the enzyme so I can free up the space. So, what else do I want to take? I'll take the kyanite, because I'm going to need that. Lots of quartz. Titanium. Well, I don't need any quartz yet, so it should be alright there. Now we got the hatching enzyme, so now we can hatch those baby leviathans. Sea dragons. Or, I keep mixing them up. Sea emperors. Don't push around my sub. But first, let me see if I can find some of that crystalline sulfur. Gonna take off the drill so I can just pick it up directly without having to get out. He's got his eye on me. All four of them. Thankfully, even if we get hit by the fireballs, the prawn is pretty tough. Even if it's no longer good for its original purpose, which was supposed to be fighting the sea dragon. In that you were actually supposed to be able to kill the sea dragon using the prawn's armaments, which you can do now, theoretically, but it would take a very long time if you were to, like, rodeo to it and then just punch it repeatedly for, like, 20 minutes. Since the punch actually does do more damage than the drill, which is a little odd. So I'm not completely certain if you can get crystalline sulfur down here, which is why I'm just kind of looking around. There's a little bit of it. So I need 4 of those, and I've only got 2. Also, I don't think I want to touch the lava because it might destroy the prawn instantly. Kind of hope it doesn't, but I'm just going to avoid it just in case. Is that kyanite? Oh, those are just limestone deposits of all things. I'm just gonna not try to pick that up. Alright, so we know crystalline sulfur appears down here, but obviously not a lot of it. So I'm gonna have to just wander around here looking for another deposit. Like that one. Alright, so... oh, man, this hand is really not accurate. It's like I'm using a freaking crane game arm. Alright, so I got those... oh, grab that. Well, I can. Might as well grab these if they're here. Actually, I see some more. I'm gonna pick up a bunch of it if it's all right next to me. That way I won't have to come back down here. Well, really, I guess I won't have to come back down here at all once we finish up with the Sea Emperor. I think we can just kind of hop from island to island here. Now you might be wondering, how is there all this molten lava underwater? And, well, some people could offer up a few semi-scientific explanations for maybe why there is. The honest answer is probably just because the developers thought it looked cool, more than because it's scientifically accurate. Though at least it makes more sense now than before when it wasn't really explained. It's not supposed to be like the planet's core or anything, it's just because, you know, the area where Subnautica takes place. The area where the map of Subnautica takes place is a volcanic crater. Man, that Cyclops is just getting shoved further and further down. It's a volcanic crater, so down here we're actually, you know, closer to the magma veins of the volcano. Alright, so I guess now we can hatch those babies, and then we'll head up and make another piece of the rocket, and I think that'll be a tidy little episode. There's not too much left of the game to do. I mean, really, all we have to do is escape. Though first we'll have to deal with our infection, which is why we are befriending this large, telepathic sea creature. Also, those like sparkles around here that you can see sometimes, those are actually coming from peepers carrying the enzyme, like that one I just passed. I know I mentioned that before because it kind of comes out of her as well, like that. Alright, let's pop it in. Cute little guys. Interrupting bone shark.
My young are swimming for the shallows. I thank you. Their freedom is my end. What will it be like, I wonder, to go to sleep and never wake up? Perhaps next we meet, I will be an ocean current, carrying seas to a new land. Or a creature so small, it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. Farewell, friend.
So, I mean, obviously these creatures have some kind of philosophy about death and reincarnation. Somehow the enzyme is absorbed not only through our skin, but also through our suit, our waterproof suit that keeps us from drowning. I mean, dying can't be so bad after being trapped in this fucking room for like 1,000 years. I guess she hasn't quite breathed her last breath yet. Alright, well. Good luck with that reincarnation.
Toxic fluid intake immediately.
So all the babies went out through the teleporter.
Welcome aboard,
I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, but I have no idea why this teleporter is here inside the aquarium. So long, Sea Emperor. It's a good time to get back to the base because I am almost out of water. And these guys are all just hanging out around here. Right next to the Reaper, that's just around the bend. So, I mean, you have to assume if they survive, they will slowly start to perhaps rid this, at least this area of Kharaa. Sorry, Kharaa. I'm just gonna forever mix up the names. But they'll actually disperse after a little while, and we'll see them in various biomes around the map. Just kind of hanging out. Alright, so back through the teleporter, and then we will build the next rocket piece, and then we'll call it a day. One of the last few on 4546B.
Vital signs stabilizing.
That'll help with the slightly dire water situation. So not too much changed with the whole Sea Emperor curing yourself and hatching the babies sequence. That's pretty much all the same as it was in the pre-release where they first added it. However, this rocket launch is going to be completely new to me because, again, that stuff wasn't even in the experimental branches. And I've actually avoided watching somebody else finish the game, whose playthrough I was watching, until I have done it myself. If only this thing could go into crouch mode when I'm still in it. We kind of like shuffle our way through this door. So it's entirely possible that I might actually just leave my Cyclops down there to be found by, you know, whoever stumbles on this planet next. We will have to go back through this portal again, though, because we're going to have to shut off the gun. Actually, I could have done that while I was there. I forgot that we just cured ourselves. But whatever, we can pop back in there next time. After all, we still have to shut it off before we can launch, otherwise it'll just blow us up. I wonder if it lets you do that. Attempt to launch with the gun still active.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And you have to assume that if we successfully escape the planet, it's going to lead to Altera or whoever coming here and harvesting the alien technology. Of course, even after we finish the game, we won't be completely done with Subnautica because there will be that expansion DLC that they've talked about already coming. But who knows when that'll come out? Probably not for like 8 months at the earliest, probably a lot longer. I don't know, it really depends, I guess, how much new assets and stuff they're making for it. It's supposed to be centrally the Arctic biome. But I wonder if they're going to add any other ones like the twisty bridges. Alright, so... plant that.
Seek fluid intake.
And, of course, as you probably have no doubt mentioned to me in your head, I am an idiot because I forgot the friggin' sulfur that was inside the prawn. Whoops. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go back and get it, and then cut back to here. Alright, so it was actually a bit more of an involved process than I thought, because in addition to needing to pick up that sulfur out of the prawn, I also turned out not to have enough kyanite left. So I actually went through the teleporter in the gun and just picked up some kyanite while I was there. So we should have enough of everything now, as well as these ion power cells.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So we should be able to build our next piece of the Neptune. I wonder how many pieces we have left. I mean, we're putting the fuel on now, and we've got the booster. So I assume there might be like maybe 2 more compartments, maybe 1 more. I like how the name is just floating. It just instantly built itself. Well, the gantry is now connected. And we can now maybe enter? Alright. Looking pretty fancy here.
Auxiliary power unit online.
Should I have turned that on yet? I assume these are part of the launch sequence. Oh, we got a storage thing in here. Weird. I guess you could store stuff in here if I had built this not directly above my base. And still got an open top here, exposed to the elements. It's pretty cool, though. Alright, so let's see what the next part is, and then we'll call it. Because you can see the life pod from here just barely. I really didn't build that far from it. I feel like it would almost be cool if the life pod deteriorated over time. So after a little while, the, you know, it broke down and just sunk. Oh, right. I was supposed to check what the next module was. Forgot that on the back of the Neptune. Yeah, it is a pretty impressive looking rocket. Now there's even more steam. Steam from the steam peepers. Okay, so the Neptune cockpit. Presumably the last piece, unless there's something fancy we need to put in that. Cyclops shield generator, glass steel ingot, enameled glass, and computer chip. Alright, so I'm gonna need more titanium again. I might have enough left for one more ingot, but I don't think I do. So I'll have to go fish that out again from my titanium gathering spot. Enameled glass, pretty simple. Computer chip, I think I have a couple of them sitting around. And the Cyclops shield generator, I could probably actually just yank that out of the Cyclops instead of having to build a second one. It's not like we're going to need the Cyclops anymore. In between episodes, I might go on a little trip and retrieve the Cyclops, since I don't think we need anything else from down there anymore that the Cyclops can really do for us. I mean, it was handy to have it down there to be able to craft the enzyme, but there's no other reason to keep it down there anymore. So I think next time will probably be the last episode, where we finish off the rocket and shut off the gun and then leave the planet. Though I might do a few little hijinks before we leave, but aside from that, I think we'll probably be wrapping up next time. And then we'll be done with Subnautica for a while until the DLC comes out. And again, who knows when that'll be. So until then, I've been Shadefyre, this is Subnautica, and I hope you'll join me for the next and final episode. Until then, take care everyone.